Little Miss Recap contains adult language and is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi everyone, welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name's Amy.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
And we have Leo.
And we have Leo, who you may hear purring, you may not, who knows? He's purring like a champ right next to the microphone. So
Amanda, I'm so excited to do this rewatch.
I'm so excited to do this too. I forgot how schmaltzy it was at first. Like with the music and stuff. They definitely got much calmer in a lot of that,
yes,
that kind of stuff as it went on. But I pulled out some trivia facts about the episode too.
Oh, good. Okay.
At the end, because I know you also did a little lucky strike.
Yes, and this will be on the free feed for everyone because it's the first. But after this episode, if you want to hear the rest of our recap of Mad Men Season 1, you're going to have to join the $12 tier.
There you go.
Of Patreon, which is our throwback Gen X tier.
That's right. Where ladies of a certain age get real happy.
Yeah, we're going to get real horny over Don Draper.
Jesus fucking Christmas.
Oh.
God damn it.
If you're not in our Facebook group, we don't,
First of all, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Second of all, if you're not excited over Don Draper or soup, you might not like the Facebook group.
It may not be for you. If you're not turned on by both soup and Don Draper, this may not be the place for you.
Remember somebody, I forget who it was, put that picture of John Hamm and he's cooking eggs and smoking?
Yes.
Oh.
Good googly googles or something. He's so pretty. Yeah. He's so pretty.
And we know he's damaged and terrible.
Yes. That's part of the allure. That helps. It doesn't hurt. It makes it better.
Jesus. All right. I'm sure we have a lot to get through.
We do. It was funny.
I just jump in.
I decided just out of curiosity to see what would happen if I put in the prompt into Google Gemini, which is, Google's Chat GPT, for a scene-by-scene recap of Mad Men Season 1, Episode 1 with details.
Oh, okay.
It's not bad. Okay. It's not bad. There are 10 scenes in this thing. It's interesting. Some of them's not quite right, but it was interesting. I was like, wonder if this could do my notes for me because I've seen the episode
help me a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wasn't quite right. But okay.
I find that I have a certain je ne sais quoi about my note taking.
Correct.
It cannot be replicated in Google Gemini.
No.
Yeah.
It's never going to be snarky enough.
I take a lot of liberties.
You really do. You do. You do. You go sometimes a titch too far, but it's always just far enough. I'll take off. So, okay, let's get started here.
All right.
Mad Men Season 1, Episode 1, Smoke Gets in Your Eyes.
Ooh. Okay.
So we begin and we see Don. It's a busy bar. Don's at a table and he's writing on a napkin. Again, Don, always working.
Always writing on napkins.
Always writing on napkins. And an African-American, I don't say waiter, more like a busboy, I think, comes up to him. And Don notices that he is smoking a different brand of cigarettes. It was like Old Gold or something like that. It was a brand that I don't think actually existed.
We should just state for everyone, there's a lot of racism and sexism in this series.
Oh, yeah.
The views expressed here are not necessarily our views.
No. And
we're gonna point those things out. But I just want everyone to know,
we know that this is bad.
And it is a portrait of a time in this country where this stuff was.
This is what life was like.
Yeah. And this is what it was like. And we're going to just, talk about it in context.
It is what it is. We're going to get through it. So the guy lights Don's cigarette and Don asks why he smokes the brand he does. And all of a sudden this white, supervisor, maitre d' dude swoops right in. And he's like, is this guy causing you trouble?
Karen. Total. What do they call male Karen? Chad?
Maybe.
No, Chad's something else. I'll have to get my girls to weigh in on this. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll ask them. But this guy swoops right in and he's like, is he causing you problems? He's real chatty. Meanwhile, the guy has said not a word at all.
Right.
And so Don's like, no, it's fine. We're having a conversation. We're good. And Don orders an old fashioned and he tries the pitch on the guy, all the pitches he's doing for Lucky Strike.
Mhm.
And he's like, what would it take for you to switch brands? And the guy's like, I don't know. And he goes through this whole thing. Like, what if there was some like tobacco vermin that like killed all of the tobacco in your brand's fields? What would you do? And he's like, I mean, I'd probably find another brand, but because I love smoking. And he's like, that's it. I love smoking. That's where he gets it. So,
God, I loved smoking.
I did.
I really did. And the brand allegiance is a thing.
Oh, absolutely.
That is
what was your
absolute
choice?
Well, I used to smoke Marlboro Lights always.
Okay.
And then Timmy smokes American Spirits.
Oh, okay.
So I used to smoke those.
Okay, yeah. Got it.
But I was never a big smoker. Like I would have one pack of cigarettes for an entire week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forget what my mother's brand was. But I mean, she was very aligned to that. My aunt's brand was Benson and Hedges. Remember those?
My dad was a Marlboro Red.
Okay.
Marlboro Red, like Angela.
Wow. Harsh.
I remember Benson and Hedges. They seem classy.
I guess. Sure. I don't know.
But I'll talk about this a little bit more later, but my best friend growing up, her dad was a diehard Lucky Strikes guy.
Okay. There you go. And if you all are new to Mad Men, the Lucky Strike thing shows up throughout the series. These guys, Lee Garner and Lee Garner Jr. Lee Garner Jr. in particular is real bad. He sucks hard, big time. And so the bus guy or whatever says, his wife hates that he smokes. And Reader's Digest has said that smoking is bad for you. And they're like,
oh, come on.
Oh, come on. Meanwhile, the entire bar is smoking. Pan to a smoke-filled room. I have to say, one thing I am glad that we have stopped having public smoking in that way is that you don't go to places and smell like smoke anymore. I'm grateful for that. So now we see Don. He's knocking on the door of an apartment. And a woman in a white shirt answers the door, and they immediately begin flirting. She's up and working and is home alone. She says, you're lucky that I'm both alone and working. And she's an artist for a greeting card company. And she talks about how they just invented Grandmother's Day. So she's got a lot of work to do.
Yes.
It's just proof that all the proof I need for all these bullshit holidays were created by Hallmark. Thank you very much. So he wants to run a few ideas past her. He's having some trouble coming up with a pitch here. And it's because it's the cigarette account and the government has now cracked down on a lot of the things you can say about cigarettes, because prior to that, they could say that, cigarettes were good for you and doctors supported them.
Yeah. They would have doctors like in their ads. Yeah. Like, I love smoking.
I love smoking. Sitting there with a patient.
Yep.
My mother's gynecologist, so it's 1972 and 73, would bum cigarettes off of my mother during their appointments.
My grandfather, Graham's husband, the grandfather I never met.
The one that you mourned?
Who I mourned constantly, who had a heart attack at like 45.
Right.
He was in the hospital. I think my Graham told me it's like his second heart attack, maybe.
Okay.
And the doctor and him were smoking together, talking about his future healthcare plan. So, yeah.
I love it. Love it. So they're flirting back and forth. We learn that her name is Midge. And Don starts being vulnerable and saying that he's really worried about this pitch and they're going to realize that he's a fraud.
Where else do we know her from? Rosemary DeWitt. What else is she in?
She was in
she's in something current.
She's been in a lot of things. I always like her.
I like her too.
She was in that show that also had Toni Collette, I think. Oh,
Leo. Wow.
Buddy. Come here.
Let's see. She's
Rosemary
known
DeWitt.
for. She was in Poltergeist. Oh, in 2015. Okay. She's in The Boys.
Okay.
She plays Huey's mother in The Boys.
Got it. She was
I
in
just
Lessons
saw
in
that.
Chemistry.
Was Lessons in Chemistry good?
I didn't watch it, but I heard it was good.
It has.
She was in The Staircase.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's see. Where else was she? She was in something. I swear. Oh, Leo, it's going to be okay, my dude. Maybe not. Oh, she was in one episode of Sex and the City. She was in Order of SVU. She's so pretty. Beautiful. She's so pretty. And she's one of those people that just shows up in places. So, they're flirting back and forth. She just comes over to him, lies on top of him, unbuttons her shirt, and now we're going to Pound Town.
Oh God, is he hot?
And then we see him post bang with his hair all tousled,
which is amazing.
It's amazing. And Don's like, we should get married. And Midge's like, I don't make plans or breakfast, which basically is please get the fuck out of my apartment. I've gotten what I need. Go away. So Don says he has 9 more hours before the pitch and he has nothing. Midge says, people love smoking. Nothing is going to change that. Don says, there's a kid who comes in every day looking where he can put his pants. Wait, where will he put his pants? He's scared.
What?
I don't remember what this means.
I'm cutting this. I don't know
what does that fucking mean. Because I remember when he said it meant something. There's a guy who comes in. There's a kid who comes in every day looking for his pants. And he's scared.
No, maybe Don's looking for his pants. And he's saying there's a kid that comes in every day.
Maybe. Yes. Yeah. Plants. Not pants. Plants. That's what it is.
Okay,
we'll try that again.
Okay.
So Don says that there's a kid who comes into his office every day looking where he can put his plants because he's afraid that this kid is going to replace him. Because Don is not feeling confident that he's actually good at this, even though he's excellent at this.
Gotcha.
So now we see a bunch of the folks from Sterling Cooper and Peggy get on the elevator. And they basically immediately begin sexually harassing her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Within seconds.
Yep.
And they mentioned that tonight is Pete Campbell's bachelor party. These 3 guys then barge into Pete's office. So Pete is not on the elevator. It is Ken, Harry, and I wrote his name down and now I forget it.
We'll get to it later. Gross guy. Go ahead.
Gross guy. You'll get to it. The guys barge into Pete's office. He tells Trudy, he's on the phone with her, to go shopping and take her mom to lunch. And these guys are like, oh, yeah, he's smooth. He knows how to work his fiance. That's it.
Pete Campbell is so fucking gross.
Pete Campbell is disgusting. I had forgotten just how gross he is.
Yes, because he does have, I don't want to say he's redeemed, but he gets less atrocious as we go on.
Sort of.
Towards the end. But this Pete Campbell.
He's so gross. He's so gross. So Trudy says, you can tell Trudy's worried about the bachelorette party and he assures her that everything will be fine. He says he loves her and he's going to give up his life to be with her. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So
lucky Trudy.
Yeah. And Pete says that Trudy stole his heart and Harry Crane points out that her old man is loaded. That's really what this is about.
That's what stole his heart.
Yes. Because her old man works for Vix, which eventually becomes a storyline too.
Yes.
So now we see Peggy. She's getting the tour of the office from Joan. Joan tells her that if she makes the right moves, she could move into the city. Or if you really make the right moves, you can basically quit your job and go live in the Hamptons.
Wow.
You'll get yourself a hot.
Get an MRS under your belt.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So Joan tells Peggy what to keep in her desk. Don drinks rye. And Peggy's like, is that vodka or whiskey? And she's like, figure it out. Joan, what I love about Joan is that she is always trying to help Peggy, but she doesn't want to make it easy for her.
Right.
She's trying to point her in the right direction, but isn't going to make it too easy for her to figure it all out because Joan had to figure it all out.
Yes.
And also Band-Aids, aspirin, etc. So Joan says that for the most part, these men are looking for something between a mother and a waitress. Okay.
Joan's pretty right.
These guys all need babysitters. Actually, it's really what they all need.
Yes.
And Joan tells Peggy basically she needs to figure out what her bodily strengths are. She tells her to go home, put a paper bag over her head, cut eyes into it so she can see, take off all her clothes, and, really evaluate her strengths and weaknesses.
Wow. If I did this, there would be all weaknesses.
I know. The only strength I have is that I'm tall.
It would be an exercise in just sadness.
It really wouldn't go well. No, it would not go well at all. And Joan also says to Peggy that she hopes she's not overwhelmed by the technology as she pulls the cover off of the typewriter and you see a phone next to her desk.
That was technology.
That was technology. Yeah, big time. And so Don walks up, they say hi, and Mr. Sterling's with him too. And Joan and Roger give each other a knowing look. Let's just put it that way. I love their love affair so much.
I like them too. Roger's hot for me in many ways.
Yes.
But when we first meet him, I'm not attracted to him. He
Well,
gets
he's real
hot.
gross.
He grows hot on me. Yeah.
He grows hot.
He's no Don Draper.
No.
No.
No, but
And
I do love John Slattery.
You know John Slattery auditioned for Don Draper.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, God.
And then Mona, who plays his wife, is actually his wife.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Her first marriage was to a gentleman you may have heard of named George Clooney.
Wait a minute. This woman has been married to George
Clooney and John Slattery. Yeah. She did well for herself.
Okay.
She did real good.
She's got pull.
She got pull. So Roger says to Don, he assumes that Don has something cooking for this pitch while Don changes his shirts, which he has a drawer of. So you know pretty quickly Don doesn't go home a lot.
No, and like he has a full couch in his office, so he sleeps there quite a bit.
He sleeps, yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And Roger then asks if they've hired any Jews. And Don says, not on my watch. He says, but they have an Italian, Salvatore Romano. I'm like, not the same and also racist as fuck. Great.
Yeah. Yep.
So their 11 a.m. meeting is with Mencken's department store, and Rogers wishes they had someone to make Mencken's more comfortable.
Oh, God.
So we see Don, he gives himself an Alka-Seltzer and a very worried look while he just chain smokes in his office. Smoking. It's all he's doing all day. And we see him pull out a box. He has like one of those exercise, like coil things, an old exercise thing. So he pulls that out, but it knocks open a box that he has, which has his Purple Heart in it. And he closes the box on top and it says Donald Draper, Sergeant Donald Draper, etc. And he puts that back in and he's, doing this exercise thing. And now we see Sal come in. I love Sal. I have always loved Sal. He was one of my favorite characters.
I also want to say this is a good time to pause because we just talked about something. We're going to try not to spoil things for those of you watching for the first time, but we have seen this whole series and this is a rewatch.
Right, exactly.
So there's some things we just can't
unknow.
We might accidentally slip, but we'll do our best.
We'll try not to do details of things that happen. I will say that Sal's storyline is one of my favorite, but I don't.
I will tell you, I don't remember Sal's storyline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
I don't remember a lot of this because I watched it in real time.
Right. So it was a long time ago.
long ago. Yeah.
Yep. So Sal comes in and he's got art of a hot man in a hammock smoking. And Don says that they need some sex appeal. We need a sexy woman and maybe they can get a real model. And Sal's like, oh God, I love my job.
Yeah.
Okay,
I just want to bang every woman in sight.
He is the most hypersexualized, heterosexual gay man you will ever meet.
Yes.
Because I will spoil this. Sal's gay.
Sal's gay and trying figure that real hard not to be.
Exactly. And you can see, watching this episode, I was like, oh God, he outs himself so many times.
I know. It's just so sad that people live like this, but go on.
Exactly. So they ask if they should drink before the meeting or after the meeting or both. And then a very stern German woman comes in and basically just dresses Don down.
Yes.
She's real harsh on him and talks about how they're limited by the medical regulations now around smoking. She's done some research and they can talk about how smoking is part of American life, which is not a bad spin because at that point it really was.
Yeah.
And she then starts throwing Freud at Don and Sal. And Sal asks if we think people think one way and live an entirely different way. Oh, I don't know, Sal. Do they?
Yeah.
Do they?
I don't know, Sal. Maybe you can answer this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Don says it isn't about why people should smoke. It's why they should smoke Lucky Strike in particular. And Sal tries to say that there's no conclusive proof that smoking's bad for you. And this very stern German woman, whose name happens to be Dr. Gutman, because Don finally says her name, has real proof. Like, it's really bad for you.
Yeah.
We know this now.
She's done the research.
Right.
Well, she has the research.
She has the research. And he looks through her research and throws it right in the trash. And she wishes him luck at the meeting and says it'll be a quick one because he has nothing. She leaves. Yeah. Don takes that drink. So now we see Don lying on the couch of his office and he's staring at the flies in like the fluorescent light above him. The set design of Mad Men is so perfectly beautiful in every way, shape, and form. So he's staring at that and he falls asleep. And as he's falling asleep, you can hear like bombs in the distance going off. So he's thinking
he's
about
tortured
something.
by war. He's tortured by war.
Tortured by war.
Very much like Jack on Virgin River. Tortured by war.
I see. What war is he tortured by? The Gulf War?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so I've never watched it.
no, I think the war in Afghanistan. So that would be different than the Gulf War, right?
Yes. Yes. The
Same
Gulf.
same kind of place, but
Same
Middle East.
Same part of the planet,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
different war. So the Gulf War was in 91.
Right. And that's only that war is only what we refer to when we say the Gulf War, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
The war in Afghanistan was after 9/11.
Yes. That's
Okay.
the war Jack was in where he's tortured.
I see. Nothing like a good man tortured by war story.
Nothing like a tragic backstory to get me all hot and bothered.
Exactly. So Peggy comes in, gently wakes him up, tells him Mr. Campbell's outside. And he's like, "Who are you?" She reintroduces herself. She brought Don aspirin and water. Pete comes in and asks if he's ready to talk with some retail Jews. Jesus Christ, Pete. Fuck off. And Pete asks who Peggy is and then finally talks to her and asks her where she's from and asks if she's Amish or something.
Yeah, well, she's wearing a wig. The actress is wearing a wig.
So the back of her hair was not a wig. The wig was just her terrible bangs.
Oh, the bangs.
The bangs are the wig.
Okay.
That was part of my trivia. Okay. After the show got picked up, she did cut her bangs, which is why they look better because they look so terrible.
I could spot something was off there.
Yeah, something's very off. But he's like, shorten up your skirt. You've got some like good legs going there. God, fuck you, Pete. Mm-hmm. And then Pete jokes with Don that Peggy is too young for him. And Pete asks if he's going to be coming to the bachelor party. So he's like, "Don, you can't fuck this one. She's too young. She's mine, not yours. And are you coming to my bachelor party?"
Right.
And Don just kind of keeps pushing off this bachelor party. He has no interest in doing any of this. Don says he's going to be direct. When you malign the reputation of a young woman from the steno pool on her first day, the advertising world gets very small. Like, don't fuck around, dude.
Yeah.
Don's which is like, ironic.
There's a way to do this.
Right. And the way you did it
doing it right.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
There's a way to sexually harass these women. Follow my lead.
Right. I'm really good at it. So stick with me.
Yeah.
I've got it down pat.
Let's not mistake this for some sort of moral stance on Don's part.
No. He's like, just you're being an idiot while you're doing it. And it just becomes clear immediately. Don hates Pete.
Yeah.
And that never changes.
Yeah. And I'm Team Dom all the time.
I'm Team Don. Pete sucks.
Yep.
So now they go into the meeting and there's a woman standing there and this other guy. And Don tries to introduce himself to the other guy, which is a problem because he works also for Sterling Cooper from the art department because he was the lone Jew they could find in the whole building.
Roger rounded up a Jew.
Rounded up a Jew for them.
God.
And so we meet Rachel Menken. Thus begins the flirt of Don and Rachel, which begins with animosity, but, eventually will come around because Don can woo anybody, basically.
Right. Don could woo my grandmother, who was unwooable.
Graham would have gone for Don Draper?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm sure.
He could get anyone.
Mm-hmm. What woman who's attracted to men wouldn't go for Don Draper?
Yeah, we need you guys to sound off in the comments.
I'm sure somebody's going to come for us and be like, "I find him repulsive." And I'll be like, "Yeah, he is repulsive.
Let us know."
I don't know what to tell you then. I don't understand you at all. So basically, Don makes an ass out of himself. So now we see Peggy in a doctor's office. She's looking at a pamphlet. And Peggy was sent there by Joan. And the doctor says Joan is lots of fun in a way that makes it sound super gross.
Yeah.
Because he's real gross.
Yeah.
And real slut-shamey.
Yeah. Oh, this scene was hard to watch.
This is hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So he's giving Peggy a pelvic. And the doctor says, "I see you aren't married by your chart and not wearing a ring. Why are you here?" Mm-hmm. And he says, "I'm not here to judge, but I just want to be sure that you having the pill won't make you a whore." Yeah, is basically what it boils down to.
Yeah, like I take my responsibility of prescribing this pill to you.
Very seriously,
a grave responsibility,
right?
And you better not make a fool out of me by being a whore around town with the pill.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's gross.
He actually next says, "I will take you off this medication if you abuse it."
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, how do you abuse the pill?
Second of all, fuck off.
Fuck off. She can fuck whoever she wants. God damn it.
Oh, I never could have lived during this time.
Yeah,
and this is where I just want to say, for all those boomer women listening, thank you. Thank you for pushing back against this. I don't think we give them enough credit.
Correct.
That they changed some of this shit. A lot
Absolutely.
of this shit. Yes.
Absolutely. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than this.
Yes.
So I'll take it.
Yeah.
And then basically he's like, "Don't be such a whore that you won't be able to find a husband." Duh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck you. Peggy says she understands and she's very responsible. And then he jokes that Joan's a whore, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. Amanda.
Amy.
For our sponsor, Lumi Gummies today, I have an idea. I think we should do a rapid fire bonus round. Which 90-day celebrity stars need a Lumi Gummy or have taken a Lumi Gummy maybe?
Okay. Madeline.
Oh, I have her on my list too. Manon. Manon could really use indica.
Yeah, to calm her the fuck down.
Calm down a little bit.
I think Jenny could use a sativa to maybe up the energy a little bit because there's none there.
Funny you mentioned Jenny. I have Sumit's aunt can use one to
definitely
chill out a little bit.
She definitely could use one. This is a wild card. Florian could use one. I don't know what variety.
Yeah,
but
maybe
I feel
he
like
needs a hybrid.
I feel like Florian on a gummy would be good.
Yeah. I also have Dylan's mom from Dylan and Patia.
Yeah.
And I have Luke's dad of Luke and Madeline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
And we can use Lumi Gummies as well.
Yes.
Yes.
All the time.
Consistent, mellow, and super delicious, Lumi Gummies are specifically designed to make you feel good, not stoned. Whether you're looking for an end-of-the-day de-stressor, a midday mood boost, or help getting the best sleep ever, Lumi Gummies has a strain that's right for you. So, Amanda, our flavor that we like a lot in this home is the sour strawberry cookie hybrid.
Ooh, is it particularly sour?
It's not super sour because I don't like sour things.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I just find that it's the perfect blend of up and down. It's right in the middle.
Nice.
But you feel good. I really like it.
I'm a hybrid girly myself, and I'm going to go with the watermelon sorbet because I do enjoy watermelon, and it's just a nice, cool, chill evening of watching TV.
You know what I need to do? I need to take one before Sister Wives comes out. Before I meet my arch nemesis in the ring.
Yes. I think it would help you a great deal. I think it would help Cody Brown a great deal.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Guys, Lumi Gummies are available nationwide. Go to lumigummies.com. That's LUMI gummies.com. Use code Little Miss Recap for 30% off your order. That is Lumi Gummies, LUMI gummies.com. Code Little Miss Recap. Lumis.com. Code Little Miss Recap. It's 30%. And the link is in the show notes if you guys need it.
So back at the department store pitch, included with the pitch is a coupon. And you tell immediately, she's like, no, we're not doing it.
Macon is not a store that you want to go into with the coupon.
No, she's like, we share a wall with Tiffany's. Like, I'm looking for rich people to come into my store, not the Boskov.
It's not a Kohl's Cash
situation. No. She wants to be a fancy department store, not a cheap one. And Pete asks why she's there. There are firms better suited to your needs. Fuck off, Pete.
Yep.
Because earlier, I didn't say this, but Roger was like, why isn't she going to one of the Jewish firms?
Yeah.
Where they sell Jewish products to Jewish people. Like, oh God, it's so bad. So bad. And she's like, if I wanted the same thing, I would go there. I want something different. I want a different view. I want rich people in my store, basically.
Yeah.
Rachel says Sterling Cooper has a reputation for being innovative, and Don is deeply offended by this, like her attitude. They also served her shrimp cocktail, which is a very subtle way of saying they don't know anything about Jews.
Okay.
Because Jews who
can't eat shellfish, right?
Correct. Yeah. And a lot of Jews who aren't even keeping kosher don't eat shellfish.
Right.
So if you notice, Don's eating the hell out of that shrimp cocktail and she doesn't even touch it.
Yeah.
Just sits there. So it's just more proof that they have no idea.
No.
How to be human.
And they don't care to learn.
No, not at all. Don eventually walks out in a huff because he will not let a woman talk to him like that. Yeah. Pete follows him and says she was totally out of line. So Pete's kissing his ass.
He is such an ass kisser.
It's so gross. So bad. And the thing is, Vincent Kartheiser's a fantastic actor. Yeah. And he's very cute. But God, Pete Campbell is so terrible.
Yeah.
So Pete is super deferential to Don. He wants Don to help him get to the top. And Don apologizes for being hard on him and says he's worried about the pitch. And Pete compliments him a lot. And they both walk off disgusted with each other. Because that was really gross for both of them because they hate each other.
Yeah.
Peggy comes back, thanks Joan for the doctor recommendation. And it becomes clear that Joan has absolutely banged this dude. 100%.
Yes, 100%.
And Joan shows Peggy the switchboard. Talk about a crazy ass job.
Do you remember that? Well, I mean, we all saw Mrs. Olsen struggling with it in Little House.
That's right. That's right. But oh my God, with all those little pegs.
Well, Mrs. Olsen used to listen in.
Oh, I know. And so do these women eventually.
I would be listening in.
Oh, I would totally be listening in. And these women do listen in eventually. Yeah. But Joan is saying to Peggy, like, you need to get on the good side of these ladies because basically they actually run the show.
It's office politics. Joan's showing her who you need to butter up and who, you know.
Yep. So you do not want to piss off the switchboard ladies. And the last secretary isn't there anymore because one of the switchboard ladies is like, why does Mr. Draper have a new secretary? Isn't there anymore because Don wasn't interested. And even the switchboard women tell Peggy to start wearing a shorter skirt. Yeah. Everyone's telling Peggy to wear a shorter skirt.
Essentially, Don was banging every secretary he's ever had. And now they just need a new one.
Right, exactly. He just gets rid of them relatively quickly.
Yep.
So now we're at the Lucky Strike pitch, and we meet Lee Garner Sr. and Jr. Lee Garner Sr. was on Northern Exposure and also played Mark Green's dad on ER.
Okay.
He's one of those guys that you see in a lot of things.
Like a character actor?
Character actor who shows up, yeah. And Lee Garner Jr. And they talk about the challenges of advertising cigarettes. And they insist that their product is safe, but they just can't advertise with that. So then we have Lucky Strike has even funded their own research center to come up with the message that they wanted.
Yes.
That's great.
I'm sure it's unbiased research.
Correct, of course. And so now it's Don's turn, and you can tell he's got nothing. And he's stalling. He's looking through his folder. He has nothing. And Pete says he might have an answer. And comes up with the death wish spin that Dr. Gutman had given them earlier. Yeah. And they're all looking at him like...
That Don rejected.
Right. That Don rejected. And they're all looking at him like, huh?
Yeah.
And with this death wish idea by saying that cars are dangerous and you can't do anything about it. Cigarettes are the same. So, you know, even if they're dangerous, you still got to get in and get where you're going. You still got to smoke. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And Pete goes on and on about this death wish thing, and Don is just annoyed and lost. Lee Garner Jr. says they're selling America. The Indians gave it to us. Okay. Is that how we're rewriting that history? Because I don't think that's how that happened. Just going out on a limb here. I don't feel like the Trail of Tears was just the Indians, or the Native Americans, I should say, going, have America. It's fine. Yeah, we don't need it.
Don't think so.
We'll just go walk over here and live there. Oh, fuck off. Lee Garner Jr. says that they have that problem. And if they have that problem, at least everyone also has that problem. So all of the cigarette companies are in a pickle.
Like, and Don points this out. Like, you can't say cigarettes are healthy, but no one else can either. So you're not competing against that.
That's where Don finally gets his stroke of brilliance.
Yes.
And he's like, let's spin the health thing as making people stop thinking about cancer so they pivot away. He's like, no one can make health claims. So now what are we going to do? And Don says, this is a great opportunity. 6 companies are making the exact same product, so they can say anything they want. They just can't talk about health claims. So he asks them to explain the process of making the product, and he starts writing on the chalkboard. And he's like, Lee Garner Sr. goes through the whole, he's like, well, Lee Garner Jr. goes, I don't know how they're made. And he's like, oh, my stupid kid who's going to inherit this business.
Yep.
So he explains how they're made. And then Don writes up, Lucky Strike is toasted. Everyone else is poisonous. So that's how they're going to have the spin. Don says advertising is based on one thing, happiness. Happiness is the smell of a new car, freedom from fear, a billboard on the side of the road that reassures you that you're okay. And all of a sudden, Senior's on board. It's all it took.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Because Don could, to borrow a line from Tommy Boy, Don could sell a ketchup popsicle to a lady in white gloves.
Yes, he could. He really could.
Yes. Listen, I used to work in advertising, and watching this just brings back so many memories. And
in a good way or in a bad way?
In a good way. Like just the creativity when you were trying to think of a
new
way
pitches.
to pitch to customers and to,
I could never do that job because I'm not creative in that way, but I think it would be fun to be creative in that way.
Yeah, it was fun.
So we're back in Don's office. Roger says that he was worried, but that was inspired. And Don's like, I pulled it out of thin air. And Roger asks Don to reconsider the presidential campaign. It shouldn't be hard to convince the U.S. that Dick Nixon is a winner. And eventually there is an episode where it's the Nixon-Kennedy election. And the rest of the guys come in and all pour drinks, and Roger gets the fuck out and asks if Don can smooth things over with Rachel Menken. She's worth $3 million. So Don tells the boys to get out. The party has to happen elsewhere. They ask if he's going to join the bachelor party. He declines. Don says to Pete that if Greta's research was good, the German woman, he would have used it. So now he's realizing that Pete went through his trash can, pulled out the research, and that's how he got it.
Yep.
So now Don and Peggy are alone. She compliments him, and then she sort of comes on to him in a real weird way. That's very uncomfortable.
Yes. She puts her hand over his hand.
I'm going to go back now, Amy. This just occurred to me. In the suitcase at the end, when they finally bond, he puts his hand on her hand.
Yes, it's the hand.
It's the hand. I just, all of a sudden, the full circle of that came to be, which I don't mind.
Where could
Don
Draper put his hands on you, Amanda?
I'm going to say that the list of places he could not put his hands would be the better list, because the other list is very long. Very, very long. And she thanks him for standing up with Mr. Campbell, and Don looks at her, and it's clear she has made a terrible mistake by trying to hit on him.
Yeah.
He says, I am your boss, not your boyfriend. And if you let Pete go through my trash again, I'll end your career. She's like, Pete lied to get into the office. And Peggy's afraid that Don thinks she's that kind of girl. She's like, I'm not that kind of girl. I'll do what you tell me to do. I'm a good girl.
Let's talk about this for a minute.
Okay.
So why do we think, because Don flirts with everybody.
Yes.
Why do we think he had this wall with Peggy right from the beginning? Is it a vibe she's giving?
I want to say he saw something in her, but he couldn't have seen anything in her at this point, other than just what she looks like, because they've had next to no interaction. Now, there are many times throughout this show when Don makes the decision that he's not going to bang someone. Quite often because he's like, I keep getting in trouble doing this, so I'm going to stop doing it. And maybe that's just how Peggy came in, that he's like, I fucked my last secretary and fucked it up. I'm not doing that again. Maybe. I'm going to keep it together with this one.
Because you're right. He goes through, it's almost like when you're trying to achieve sobriety, right?
Yes.
You tie one on, you feel so guilty and shameful the next day. And then, it's the shame spiral. And this is Don's battle forever.
Don is living in a constant shame spiral for a multitude of reasons. Sex, booze, women, and then his past.
So I think you're right. I think maybe at this point he's on one of those kicks where he's like
trying to be sober.
Yeah, trying to be
not
a good boy,
not a player,
according to him.
Right, exactly. And Don then says, Peggy, I need you to place a call, as she walks out. So now we're at a strip club for the bachelor party. We've got Ken, Harry, Sal, Pete, and Paul. Paul Kinsey was the guy whose name I couldn't remember.
Kinsey. There we go. Yep.
And these lovely ladies come and join them, and the women say they love this place. It's hot, loud, and full of men. And Sal's like, yes, it is. Yike. Pete is totally hitting on one of the women, and basically he will not stop. He keeps trying to put his hand up her skirt, and eventually it's bad. Eventually she's like, stop. I'm going to leave if you don't stop. And she goes to the other side of the table and sits next to Ken, which this isn't giving anything away. There becomes a lot of rivalry between Pete and Ken throughout the series.
Yep.
And they ask what the men do, and then they brag about, being on Madison Avenue and being ad men. And while the women, while woman takes her bra off, all burlesque style with her big old pasties just flying around.
Yep.
It's kind of cool. I was never able to make my pasties do that. I find that incredible that women can do that. Yes. And so now we see Don. He's at dinner with Rachel Menken, trying to smooth things over. And Rachel calls him out for trying to get her drunk and tell her what a mistake she's making, and asks if he got in trouble for how he treated her. And he apologizes. She accepts. So she knows he got his hand slapped for being an asshole.
Yep.
And she says it was refreshing hearing the things that people are thinking confirmed. Yeah, I bet it is. And they have a very low level flirting game going.
Yeah, there is some. It's there.
There's something. But there's some tension there. Yes, exactly. And he asks if he can ask her a personal question. And she's like, I guess. She's like, why aren't you married? And he's like, wouldn't being married and having a family make you happier? than running this store. Wow.
Wow.
And she says, if I weren't a woman, I'd be allowed to ask him the same question. And she doesn't want to choose between working and having a family. She wants it all. And she's never been in love, she says. And he dogs her on that. It says that being in love is, and she's like, being in love isn't just a slogan, it's a way of being. And he's like, yeah, no. The reason you haven't fallen in love is because it doesn't exist. Love was invented by guys like me to sell nylons.
Wow.
Yeah.
Classic line right there.
Uh-huh. And Don says he lives like there's no tomorrow because there isn't. You just never know. Rachel says she never realized it until now, but it must be hard to be a man too. And Rachel says she knows what it feels like to be out of place and disconnected. And she says there's something about him that says he knows it too. She reads him for filth immediately.
Yeah, she does.
It's pretty impressive. And I don't want to give anything away. We'll talk about it when we get to the point of this, what I want to say. Couple of episodes. And he isn't sure that's true and asks if she wants another drink. She declines, but says, you can tell your boss that you charmed me. You fix this problem. And he says, I guess we'll be seeing each other again. And she says, I'll be in for a real meeting on Monday. Now, very drunk Pete is knocking on an apartment door. And a woman answers. And he asks if Peggy lives there. She goes to get her. Peggy's roommate asks if she knows him. And she says, it's okay. They work together. Now, remember, Peggy has worked there one day.
Yeah.
One day.
And she met Pete like once.
And he sexually harassed her and called her Amish. And Pete is drunk as a skunk.
Well, and there had to have been a second interaction because she let him in Don's office to pull the stuff off.
But we didn't see that.
Right.
And he's drunk as a skunk and says, I'm getting married on Sunday. And he says, you must think I'm a creep. And she asks why well, yes, you are a creep, Pete. She asks why he's there. And he gets very close to her, like on top of her, and says, I wanted to see you tonight. Peggy's surprised.
How does he know where she lives?
Right. I don't know.
Anyway.
And why? He went all the way to Brooklyn. Remember, she doesn't live in this city, quote unquote.
Yeah, no.
So he says he had to see her. Peggy opens the door and Pete follows her in. Now we see Don on a train, smoking and working. It's all Don's ever doing. He gets off in Ossining and drives to a beautiful suburban house. He gets out of the car. The music is so campy and hijinksy. It's so bad.
Yeah.
And he goes into the house and then he goes up to a room. A woman turns the light on as he comes in and we meet Betty. She says that she called the office and they said he had left already and she assumed he was staying in the city again. And she says there's a plate in the oven. They start making out. He's like, I'm not hungry. He excuses himself for a minute, says he'll be right back. He goes and checks on two kids who we know to be Bobby and Sally and tucks them in, petting their hair, looking wistfully. And Betty follows him and is in the door. And it's this like lovely long shot of this, what looks like a beautiful family. Because it is a beautiful family, but the look on Don's face is immediately tortured. And that's
and there's this idea, and I didn't realize it until I went back and watched it again, that Matthew Weiner is purposely hiding the fact that Don is married until this moment. And it's such a big reveal. Yeah, it's a beautiful reveal because you see him with Midge earlier.
Right.
You see him with Rachel Menken. So you just think he's this single guy.
Right. And he doesn't wear a wedding ring, which a lot of men back then did not wear wedding rings, but he doesn't. Right. And Rachel assumes he's not married.
Right.
Because she's like, why are you asking me why I'm not married? What about you?
Like, yeah.
So
it's really interesting.
It was a big reveal.
He never mentions his family. He never mentions his children. Don lives very compartmentalized lives here.
Yes.
The family is in a silo.
And work is in a silo. And his shenanigans are in a silo. And his drinking is in a silo. And his smoke, like everything about him is very, very regimented.
Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words.
Would you like some of my trivia?
Yeah.
Okay. So at the time the pilot was shot, the part of Trudy had not been cast. So when Pete talks to her on the phone, it's actually Matthew Weiner's mother.
Oh.
He just got her to do the voice.
Okay.
And the picture they show is not who Trudy becomes. So I was looking at the picture. I'm like, that's not a picture of the actress who winds up playing Trudy. John Slattery originally auditioned for the part of Don Draper. And he was a little disappointed at getting the part of Roger Sterling, as the character was not terribly present in the first episode.
Right.
And he wanted a main character gig. And Matthew Weiner's like, don't worry, Roger Sterling is going to be a key part of this series. And he He is
He
a
really
key part of
is,
the
yeah.
series. In the pilot, Elizabeth Moss wore a wiglet made from her own hair with that terrible bangs.
I thought it was
And
a full wig.
No, after the show was picked up, her actual hair was cut for the bangs.
Yeah.
John Hamm auditioned with the Lucky Strike pitch. That scene was his audition scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And January Jones originally auditioned for the part of Peggy. And she would
have been good.
She would have been interesting. It would have been a very different show.
Yeah. Yeah.
If she had been Peggy.
She could have done it though.
She could. January Jones is a great actress.
Yeah.
And she signed a 7-year contract to play Betty Draper despite only having 6 lines in the first episode.
Wow.
So they knew it was going to be a 7-year show.
Wow.
From the start.
All right.
So there you go.
Okay.
There you go. And you did some Lucky Strike?
I did. Okay. So in this episode, we see Don pitch Lucky Strike.
Right.
The idea of using "It's Toasted" as their slogan was an actual slogan used by the cigarette brand, but it was much earlier. So this is from Wikipedia.
Okay.
In 1917, the brand debuted the slogan "It's Toasted" to promote the manufacturing method of toasting rather than sun-drying the tobacco. In an attempt to counter this popular campaign, competitor Camel took a different approach, claiming that Camel was a fresh cigarette. Never parched, never toasted.
Interesting.
So that was actually from the teens.
Okay. That's kind of like the idea of breweries. And I think it's much more ubiquitous than it was at first, but like Dogfish Head was the first one to do dry hopping of beer, like dry hopped.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep.
It's interesting how they'll pick that like tiny little nuance in how it's manufactured and make that their slogan.
Yeah. So in the late 1920s, the brand pivoted and was sold as an avenue to thinness for women.
Oh, yeah.
One typical advertisement said, "Reach for a Lucky instead of a Sweet."
Wow. Well, that's the thing
because
everyone talked about.
Because of all the things that are the worst thing to be on the planet is fat.
Of course. Of course. Try to see my mother's brand. Merit was my mother's brand of cigarette.
Merit. Okay.
I just Googled brands and that was the Philip Morris brand.
Okay. Sales of Lucky Strikes increased by more than 300% during the first year of the Slimness advertisement. And sales went from 14 billion cigarettes in 1925 to 40 billion in 1930.
Wow.
I don't know why I have this, but I do. Oh, I just thought this was interesting.
Okay.
In 1934, Edward Bernays was asked to deal with women's apparent reluctance to buy Lucky Strikes because of their green and red packaging and how it clashed with standard female fashions.
Oh, interesting.
So this guy wanted to change the package to something more neutral, but they didn't have the money to do it because they'd already spent millions advertising it. So what he decided to do then was he endeavored to make green a fashionable color.
Oh,
so the centerpiece of his efforts was the Green Ball, a social event hosted at the Waldorf Astoria. And the pretext for the ball and its unnamed underwriter was that all proceeds would go to charity and high society women would attend wearing green dresses.
Wow.
And manufacturers and clothing and accessories retailers were advised of the excitement growing around the color green, and intellectuals were enlisted to give highbrow talks on the theme of green. Now, I'm wondering, because through literature, we know that green usually symbolizes money and wealth. And I wonder if there's some weird tie into this.
There could very well be a weird tie into that.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that was really interesting.
You know who we need on this, Amy? City and Morningstar Jones.
Yes. We should bring him in. Yes.
Bring him in to talk about green.
I think we're going to say John Ockman.
John Ockman would be good too. He's busy. He's solving very obvious crimes all around the world. No. We need City and Morningstar Jones.
Okay. So, as I said earlier, the only person that I knew who smoked Lucky Strikes was my friend's dad. And I can remember he was a complicated man. And
complicated historical figure.
He was real complicated. And he was very tortured by the Vietnam War. He had Agent Orange all over his body. He went as a young man and took a lot of pride in his service and just couldn't come back from it. So he introduced me to the Beatles. He's actually the person who introduced me to the Beatles. But he would pass out at night in their little bar that they had downstairs, and we would steal his Lucky Strikes out of his smoke them. Anyway.
Wow.
So there's this underlying theme of Lucky Strikes that they're somehow military adjacent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that the only person I knew who smoked them was like this hardcore vet, like reinforced that in my world.
Yeah.
So I was like, how did Lucky Strike come to be associated with the troops? So I found a little.
Okay.
So the Lucky Strike signature dark green pack was changed to white in 1942. So this is after they have the green ball.
Right. The green debutante ball.
Well, what they did is, so this is 1942. So they created an advertising campaign that used the slogan, Lucky Strike Green has gone to war.
Okay.
And the company claimed the change was made because the copper used in the green coloring was needed for World War II.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I just thought that was interesting because, like, I grew up with stories of my gram telling us about how, like, they couldn't wear nylons. They had to paint their legs because all the nylons had to go to the troops. Like, everything went to the troops.
Yep. They draw the line up the back of their legs so it looked like they were wearing nylons. Yep.
So, but in reality, American Tobacco used chromium for the green ink and copper for the gold colored rim. So, like, supply of each was limited and the substitute materials made the packaging look drab. So, attributing the package update to the war effort helped Lucky Strike appear more patriotic.
Ah, gotcha.
And then
so
Lucky
it's a good spin for them.
Yep. And then Lucky Strike was one of the brands included in the C rations, C letter, not SEA, provided to American troops during World War II. Each C ration at the time included 9 cigarettes of varying brands because military leaders believed tobacco was essential to the morale of the soldiers. So there was
it probably was actually.
It was. And there was a bunch, and there was Craven, Chesterfield, Camel, Chelsea, Old Gold. I think that's what that
Old Gold. That was the African American guy was smoking. Yeah, Old Gold.
Philip Morris, Players, Raleigh, and Wings. And the practice of including cigarettes in field rations continued through the Korean and Vietnam Wars. So I wonder if my friend's dad had Lucky Strikes when he was in Vietnam.
And a lot of those brands don't exist anymore.
Yeah. It ended in 1976 with growing evidence that linking smoking to various health problems. Okay. So as the years went on and smoking fell out of fashion, Lucky Strike sales plummeted. However, they made a comeback in the late aughts. Can we guess why?
I'm going to go because of Mad Men.
Because of this episode. Sales jumped from 27 billion sold in 2007 to 33 billion sold in 2012. And they attribute that little bump to Mad Men.
The free advertising that Lucky Strike was getting. Because by that point, you can't advertise cigarettes at all anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
It's funny. When we were coming back from Jamaica, we're going through duty free. Like they force you to do, and they have the whole thing of cigarettes. And I love, we in the US, we have the little Surgeon General's warning, like written really small on the side of the packet. Everywhere else in the world, it's like, cigarettes will kill you. Yeah. You will die. Yeah. Here's a diseased lung right on the package of your cigarette. Like they don't fuck around at all.
Yeah. And it was a fight to get what we got in the United States. I mean, the tobacco lobby, it has since been decimated, but it was everything. It controlled everything. Yeah.
Yep. So
that's my little factoid.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm going to try to, we will switch off and on.
Yep.
Try to do one every episode.
Yep.
Sort of like somebody's index cards. She who we shall not name.
I see.
Yeah.
So the next episode will be, hold on here. It'll be Ladies' Room. Don continues to conceal his complicated personal life, even in the face of Roger's invitation to open up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't remember what happens.
All right, guys. So again, if you want to hear the rest of our rewatch, join us over on the $12, which is the Goldie tier, the $12 Patreon level. And you can only join that on Supercast and Patreon. It's not on Apple subscriptions.
Yeah.
It's just not. Yep. All right, Amanda, thank you.
Amy, thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Finally. Yes.
Really looking forward to this. I don't get to do a lot of scripted. And when I do scripted, I can pull out my English major cap.
Yes, you can. You can start doing your,
and
big thoughts.
With Mad Men can pull out your history political science cap. Yeah. It's really a fun
sweet spot for us. Yeah.
Yeah, really
so good.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.